Hello my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online and I'm back with another review. And guys, today's going to be a super short one, but I did just want to get my thoughts out before the tell-all. But in essence, with this whole storyline, I have but one question to pose, and that's this. Andrew, why are you so goddamn weird? We would all love some sort of explanation. Yes, that's right, for the final time this season I'm going to be talking about Andrew and Amira, and we're going to be looking at the aftermath of their relationship. And we're also going to be picking over the lies that Andrew's told his family and producers and us the viewer, and I'll be answering how does he think he's going to get away with it. Just before we begin, if you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed so far. I really genuinely appreciate it, and also don't forget to hit the like button. And so without further ado, I give you Andrew and Amira. And we first catch up with Andrew, and he's sitting with his mum and his sister at a restaurant, and he's attempting to explain the demise of his relationship. And guys, straight up, this made me laugh, because of course Andrew only has his mum and sister to talk to. He doesn't have any friends. He tells us he's far too busy. But the E-Bird knows that Andrew hasn't got any friends because he offends all 5 senses of everybody around him. That's why. And Andrew is slumped idly in a chair opposite his mum and sister, telling lie after lie, after lie, after lie. Oh, it was a tall tale he told. He said yesterday, Amira was supposed to come to America, and suddenly I got a text, and now it's all over. And for me, you know, it's a real disappointment. So he made no mention of his trying to force Amira to start a family as soon as she got to America. He made no mention of texting her all through the night and harassing her. He made no mention of buying her a plane ticket back home to France after her 14-day quarantine and saying, I don't care if you take it or I don't care if you come to America, you decide. And he made no mention when Amira said, I'm coming over to America anyway. He said, you'll have an angry fiancé. And he had a little devil emoji there. No mention of any of that. None. And as I was looking at his mum's face, I thought, you're the reason for Andrew's missing chromosomes. I can tell. You don't look like you've got the full set yourself. And his mum said, I feel like she bait and switched you. She what? She bait and switched him. Do you even know what bait and switched means? For anyone that doesn't know what it means, let me elucidate. So bait and switch is when, in sales, somebody advertises something at a very, very low price, which then when the customer gets there, turns out not to be available, and then customers are tricked into buying a higher priced but similar item. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, so I guess that Laurie's saying Amira was the bait. Fair enough. So she's advertised goods which I guess then turn out not to be available. Laurie, my love, where's the switch? There are only 2 components in this theory, bait and switch. You need both of them for any plan put into action to actually work. If you lure a customer onto a car lot with the offer of a cheap car and then you let them leave empty-handed, what did you gain? You have to have the switch for it to work. There is no switch. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't got the brains you were born with. Bait and switch. This family, honestly, I can't with them, I really can't. And then Laurie follows up by saying to producers, why would you go so far to stay like 15 days in another country and not get on the plane? How dare you? Why indeed, I'll tell you why, because your son is a see you next Tuesday. That's why, Laurie. And she goes on to tell production that she feels anger, sadness and frustration, which I can understand because I feel all those things every time I clap eyes on Andrew. And then she said, my son wasted 2 years on this person. Interesting, because I suppose Amira spent no time at all. And then she goes on to pour scorn on the anxiety attack, and Laurie said she had an anxiety attack. Seems strange. Is that all that she said? Just that? Don't you think you deserve more? Oh, I've got a whole list of things that I think Andrew deserves. Andrew deserves that every single holiday he takes for the rest of his life is camping. Andrew deserves for his ex-partner to display the text messages he sent, thus thoroughly contradicting his narrative that he's not really sure why Amira's changed her mind. Andrew deserves to get caught making fake accounts on Instagram to mock Amira. Andrew deserves to go on the highest rated TV show in America and only to have 6,000 Instagram followers. Andrew deserves to get called a liar by everybody who knows him and also by those who don't. And finally, Andrew deserves to get caught buying flights with a government PPP loan, which is meant only for business owners so they can pay their staff through a pandemic. That's what Andrew deserves. And for any of you who'd like to hear more about this, There'll be another video coming out, possibly this week, maybe next, and I'll expand on each and every story. But Andrew's still very deep into liar mode, and he said to his mum and sister, I'm not sure, I haven't really pondered about it much. What, you haven't pondered on the fact that all that happened was Amira had a panic attack, and that made her decide to discontinue the rest of her life's plan? Yeah, right, Andrew, okay. And then he said it would have been beneficial for her to call me. I might have been able to help. And he tells producers, I do worry that any disagreement we might have had might possibly have led to her not getting on that plane. Andrew, I can't. Andrew, I just can't. And guys, it just reminds me of when he was sitting in the hotel room, inert, in Mexico. There might be some possibility that in some way her dad might blame me for some of this. Unreal, unreal. It's not a possibility, Andrew. It's definitely the reason why she hates your guts. And when Andrew's speaking to production, he tells them the text felt like a breakup, as there was, just no effort, nothing at all for her to do anything, for her to fix the problem. Andrew, you're the problem, and guess what? You're unfixable. Your mum and your sister have spent their whole lives trying to do it, and they've failed. How do you think Amira's going to do it? Beautiful though she may be, she hasn't exactly been blessed with brains now, has she? But for me, it was his sister who came up trumps. And she said, so she just had one anxiety attack and one little disagreement the day before. It seems really strange that just this would make her not get on a plane. Maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. Maybe you're not surprised at all, Andrew. Maybe there were more relationship issues than you're telling us about. And all the time she was saying this, Andrew was kind of nodding his head and putting his head from side to side, and he said it might have been a culmination of things, I don't know. And I like the sister for that, because obviously she's got to be on TV and she's got to be Team Andrew. Okay, I get it. But I feel like she was trying to subtly let Andrew know, Andrew, I'm wise to you. Andrew, I'm wise to your bullcrap. I know, and you know, that girl did not decide to do 14 days in Serbia and then just go back to Paris. Nobody does that, nobody at all. So she's more or less telling him, I know you're a bullcrapper. I don't know what the bullcrap is, but I know you are not telling me the truth. And she managed to say that on the low. I absolutely loved it. Such sneaky skills. And the best thing about everything is it went under the radar of Mum. And then his mum piped up again and she said, how do we know it was an anxiety attack? Nobody was there. And Andrew said, do you believe it was an anxiety attack? Do you believe it was an anxiety attack? Andrew, why would you even bother asking that question? How would she know? She's met her once. She doesn't know her at all. But his mum said, no, I don't believe it. And Andrew said, what? You don't believe there was any anxiety attack at all? And she said, no. And guys, I honestly think this is disgusting. Mental health and anxiety, nobody can say if somebody's had a panic attack or an anxiety attack. It's not for one person to say what makes another person anxious. It just isn't. But this, of course, played right into Andrew's grubby little hands, because he kept nodding as if to say, yeah, you're right, but without actually saying anything, but nodding like, well, you don't think there's an anxiety attack? And his mum just said, no, I don't believe it. And guess what? I think this got on his sister's goat yet again, because she said, no offence. I love no offence because it always means maximum offence guaranteed. No offence, but you seem to have accepted that the relationship's over very quickly. You're at the level of acceptance already. I'll raise you 5 on that, because Andrew was at the acceptance stage immediately. Remember, he texted her and said, send me my rings back. I think Andrew wants someone he can completely manipulate, and as the months have gone on, Amira seems to have got stronger and stronger. And now Amira's daring to stand up to him and daring to say no to him about things. He's suddenly thinking, is this even the one that I want? I want someone that the moment she gets here, I can force her to have kids, and we'll have our lovely little life together, and I'll have a fit wife. And that will be me. That's what Andrew wants. He wants something very, very selfish. And finally, at the end of the segment, production asked Andrew, are you angry with Amira? And Andrew said, not I just don't know. It's just a profound sense of defeat. And again, very interesting, because most people in this early stage would at least be 1, upset, or 2, angry. And in my limited experience, the times when you're not really that bothered are the times when either you didn't love the person in the first place or you effed up. And there's no way to pull it back. So we did have a very short segment with Amira, and she told production, I feel so much safer now I am back in France. I will never talk to Andrew again. I will finish my degree and I will go and get a job. And she says all these things as if they're groundbreaking. She says she's going to be a strong woman. Amira, baby girl, it's going to take more than a job to make you strong. But it's good that you've decided never to speak to Andrew again. And I genuinely hope those rings are still in your possession. And that's where we leave things for this week. So guys, let me know what you think. Is Andrew's sister onto him? Does Andrew's sister realise he's a barefaced liar? I think she does. And also, what do you think about Andrew's hedging his bets on what he's trying to tell production and tell everyone about the whole Amira breakup? He's hoping that Amira just says to the camera, we just had a big argument and I decided not to go. He doesn't know that she's scrolled her phone down and we've seen the nasty texts you've been sending to her. He doesn't know that we've all seen the ticket back to Paris. And I bet when he filmed this, he was on tenterhooks, just wondering, does anybody know? Yes, Andrew, we do. The whole world knows. We all know you're a massive liar, all except for your mum. But soon enough, she'll know too. And guys, it's at times like this that I think everyone will be glad to have Ebird in their life, because I am going to document all of Andrew's many, many lies in a 30-minute special. Oh yes, I am. Actually, probably, well, I say 30-minute special, maybe a 13-minute special. Yeah, that's more like it. A 13-minute special. And I tell you what, Andrew, it's going to be bloody unlucky for you. It really is. So guys, that's everything. Let me know what you think in comments down below. I gotta go. Sorry this one's so late. Easter threw me out this week. Please subscribe and like and all that good stuff. It's fun over here. And I'll see you very soon. Guys, thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.